optimization. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh boy, we got double. We got double. Day 42. Day 42. I gotta be honest. I am more bullish now on exactly what is happening, what is going to happen, where this world is going to go. I understand there's a lot of people that are just sitting there. I have no idea what's going on. I don't like it. Seattle, the largest city to ban data centers. Let's get rid of the bugs. We're going to drop something that has been bothering me. Fable. Let's do it. Let's put you on medium, all right? Because I've seen what you've done. I've seen what you've done to other people's usage. We have something that when I go in here and I try and create a video and a thumbnail and an article, it just cannot do it. It cannot give me a good prompt. So, and I've been frustrated like anything. We are going to use Fable. We are going to try to see if this thing can do just a basic understanding of the algorithm of YouTube and SEO and AEO and all the O's to give me a prompt. So what happens now is I go over here and I drop the video that has been edited within Riverside. I take the SRT file, which is essentially the translation of that with the timestamps, and I drop them both, drag and drop onto this, and then I choose, is it a live stream? Is it a brainstorm? Is it a pivot? Is it a whiteboard? Then it writes an article. There's two processes going on. One is the upload encoding on Cloudflare. It then attaches itself to the SRT file, which is writing an article and prompts. I am soon going to probably have to do this off stream. By the way, do you like the news now? Because the news, weirdly, is saying 16. Yet, I thought I put in more than 16 articles. We got to also look at the homepage. Homepage isn't doing well. What's going on? Check the feed. Check the feed. Mark So's, he's throwing out demands already. He's throwing out demands. Mark's saying, oh my gosh, dude, Mark Miller, bro. Oh my gosh. Mark Miller dropping it. Oh my gosh. Banana Pants. What was his name? Banana something? Yeah, drop any bugs into the bugs area. All right, we're handling 2 bugs over here. This is gonna be a 1 prompt research in how does, because there's 2 things. The SEO for articles is different than how YouTube likes titles on a video. So there's 2 different things: an article video or an article title and a video title. They're 2 different things, and they need to be created differently from the same SRT file. So we're going to do this, and we're going to attach everything it needs to hopefully get this right, because I've been struggling for over a week to get this. So let's get a screenshot right here. Let's bring this screenshot in here. Let's go to the actual URL of this. Let's paste that in here. Okay. And I'm going to just sit back and I'm going to brainstorm like I was by myself coding yesterday. And just saying, why are you so slow? Why are you not working fast right now? I thought, anyone else have yesterday really slow? Like, especially the afternoon? Yesterday was terrible. And then we'll go over the news. We got a lot to talk about today. All right. We got to bring down the music so I can actually think for a second. Let's bring this down. Let's go to about right there. All right. Here we go. We can even go a smidge lower. There we go. Okay. We are using the renowned, the incredible Fable 5. I have been trying to do and debug what is on this website and in the screenshot. There is a create button. The create button has a space to have a up to an hour and a half to 2 hour video, along with that video's SRT file. When I drag and drop onto the pop-up modal after I press the create button, a process begins. The video is uploaded to Cloudflare. The SRT is then run through OpenRouter, and many processes happen, including a article is written in SEO and AEO friendly terms, so it's brought in by AI models and search engines. The title of the article and all of the code base and the interface for the article is perfect to what the video actually talks about and what the viewer wants. The issue is that when the SRT file is uploaded, we need to do an initial intake of the SRT file and say, who is this for? What is this about? What is the takeaway? What is the viewer going to learn? What insatiable desire is going to be quenched when they watch the video or read the article? The article essentially is going to be more of a interesting take on the video. Then a prompt, which you'll see in the process, is used to create 3 different YouTube titles and thumbnails. There is a YouTube title and thumbnail relationship. The relationship is to have everything in the thumbnail for them to look at the title about what it's about and then look back at the thumbnail. There's 3 parts to a thumbnail. There's the foreground, which I'm on, and I am attaching myself to vidIQ. There's the secondary, which is the text, and then there's the background. You don't have to worry about any people on the foreground because that's going to be attached. We have to worry about the relationship with the YouTube title and the thumbnail relationship. Because right now, what we're having is a separation or a misunderstanding about what the video is about. Do a deep research and dive into what YouTube wants when it comes to the thumbnail and title relationship, because that's all about taking the SRT file and moving it through the process into giving me 3 good prompts, and that's all within the actual intake of the video. That's also attached. But also the article needs to be written so that AI models and search engines bring them in to their search results. Those are 2 different things. The article title and how the article is written, and the video title and thumbnail relationship. Okay. I don't know how more succinct I can get than what I just said. I will take one final screenshot and I will send it out because, as you can hear in my voice, it has been very frustrating. So essentially the page that I'm looking at is this. All right, so Spotify player should be good. So this is the page I'm looking at. This is what happens. Everything is good, okay? So the file gets uploaded, and I don't think I don't have any other videos. Excuse me. But when the video is uploaded, it goes into here. Then I have these 3. These are all prompts. I press it and it copies to the clipboard. I copy the clipboard. I copy to the clipboard. The issue is that when I put it into vidIQ, this is the trash that it comes out with. What is this? What is that? Stop splitting these up. And it shows an orange and blue, okay? That is known within Google as, I think, Google One or something, or I forget what it is. But it's an internal thing that I don't know, got leaked or whatever. Your town is gold. I was talking about ideas that you can use and it's saying your town is gold. All right, let's send that out. Let me actually say this. Do note that the video prompts will be put into vidIQ. They have been absolutely terrible. So we need to have an understanding when the SRT file is uploaded. Who is this for? What is the takeaway? And then you build the thumbnail prompts and the YouTube video, the YouTube title with that thumbnail together. And then the article title and article are also built around that. All right, so that's there. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna look at the usage. So we'll see what actually happens. Here we go. All right, I'm at 1%. So I've done nothing today. All right, so that's good. Now the homepage needs to be updated and upgraded. So let's get rid of that. So that should be good. And the problem with the homepage is that it does not actually, oh boy. Oh boy. Holy cow, that's the full size. All right, well, there's the first bug. Holy moly. Wow. 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 Yeah, that's the music I'm listening to. Let's get rid of that. Wow. Look at this. Is not in any container. It needs to be within a vertical column container the size of the news below. And also look at the news as opposed to the articles. The news in of itself is a different entity when you go to the iCharles website. You have videos, you have articles, and then you have news. Those are three different areas. And it needs to have an infinite scroll based on all of the articles, videos, and news that we have. Think of other areas, and we need to make sure that they're separated out and the user does not see duplicates as they scroll down the website. What I've noticed is that this website, the iCharles website, is going to turn into where people go. What is going on in the world? What is going on in the world? So today, what's weird is I don't think it worked on mobile, now that I think about it. Did this work on mobile? Because I was on the train today and I was scrolling through Perplexity and, okay, no, it did. Okay, now we need a second one that goes and looks at the actual news. Let's put that in here. All right, let's go over here. Articles, and that's the community. That's weird. That should not be the way. Oh, no. Oh, no, that should not be in here. That's the news. That needs to be separated out. That needs to be separated out. It's interesting. I did not know that that was happening. And why is that in drafts? Community. Huh. I did not know that happened. This should, and there was more articles, was there not? Yeah, this is news. This should say maybe content. All right, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna do that right now. And we're gonna drag and drop this. All right, let's go over here. Let's bring this in here. Let's give the URL. We need to have a differentiation here that articles are member articles by members of the community and that they are separate than the news. This is very important. It could be on all, that's fine, but there needs to be a category at the top where people can just toggle news. I did not know that was happening. And the reason being is I tried to bring it all together where the AEO and SEO are exactly the same when it comes to a video article, a member article, or a news article. So it's under the umbrella of articles, but there's different categories. As you can see here, these are different. You should have member as well. You don't. I feel like there's been more though. I feel like there's been more. Am I wrong there? Let me see the other one should have, let's go to this window. This window, yeah. Are there not more? That's weird. By the way, how funny is this? So, Apple literally says, we are changing Siri to be Siri AI. Okay? Apple is saying, we're changing it to Siri AI. Siri is AI. Siri is AI. What are you even talking about? Why would you, what? So Morgan Stanley stupidly, I don't know why they would raise the target. Not investment advice. Not investment. I think that's marketing, to be honest, because less phones are going to be purchased this year. The only thing that's really going to be purchased is their Neos. The headset is going away. That's being sunset. Their glasses are nowhere near to being launched. They said the end of 2027 with the chip shortage. I don't even think they're even going to come out then. By the way, look at this. Where is it? Nope, not there. Look at this news article. Oh yeah, by the way, what? Look at this. The thing that got me out of or into vibe coding is the company, and I've been saying this forever. Salesforce, Adobe, these big SaaS companies, watch out. They're just, it's a slow trickle. It's a slow trickle. And those people are, let me piece this together for you. You have a lot of people getting laid off. The issue now is that we need to raise our standard. We need to raise our standard. That's today's video. Okay, not here, but I'm gonna do a whiteboard about raising the standard. People are saying, oh my gosh, my union job, my teacher job, my whatever job. It's like, okay, well, this company potentially might be shipping out chips that are 10 times faster. Is anyone calling for NVIDIA to, is anyone like mad? Why aren't people like up in arms about this company who potentially is shipping an AI chip that's 10 times faster than NVIDIA? Why? Because that's not your job. You have a cushy job that you're getting paid 6 figures to just sit there and pull a lever. Okay? We need to raise our standard. So what does that mean? If you're in school, you have to understand that reasoning and logic is everything. That's the only thing we need to learn in school, is reasoning and logic, and then everything else builds on that. That was one of my videos, which is how to think. Go to the YouTube channel and look that up. How to think. It's objectively looking at the world, not better and not worse than it is. We have nature and nurture, okay? I'm not talking about that. What I am talking about is that reason and logic is the only thing that needs to be taught in school. So when things happen where, I said it, last week, something is going to come down the pipeline that is going to alleviate all the fears of AI, data centers. Is anyone mad? They said it on the Moonshots podcast. Is anyone mad that something trillion gallons of water's used for almond production in California? 10%, it's like less than 0.5% are used in data centers. And I'm not saying pro data centers, but we have to literally think like, okay, maybe we got a little too cushy in life. Maybe our standards are extremely low in the way that we present ourselves. This is all connected. We are now being challenged. Okay, now we're getting original thought right now. We are now being challenged on our standards and we don't like it. We are being challenged on our standards and we don't like it. Wow. Fable is... he likes to think. Look at that. That whole step was thinking. Wow. All right, let's see what we're up to. Oh my gosh. Dude, Fable just ripped through 17% of my usage. What? What? You better really have something good on the back end of this. Then it does all that, then it's thinking again. Oh my gosh. Runs Opus. It runs Opus on the SRT file, and that's what I get back? I get back the trash? This thing better be... we might just be going live for an hour. Oh my gosh. Once the research report lands, I'll rewrite the synthesis? Okay. I don't know. Can you see this on the live? Can you see this on the live? Dude, it blew through 17%. I started at 1%. Let's reload. It was at 18, just another percent gone. Holy cow. That was just one prompt. Granted, I gotta be honest, for 2-3 weeks, I've been very, okay, now it's saying, that's the opposite of the classic vidIQ Mr. Beast model. Okay, so now we're bringing in the big boys. We're bringing in the big boys, not vidIQ, obviously. Wow. Okay, what did I just say? I just said reasoning and logic, and that's exactly what Fable's doing right now. Exactly what Fable's doing. Hypothesis and strategy. It's exactly what Elon has been talking about for 10 years. Go back to first principles. Maybe we can create an electric car that's beautiful, it's smart, it's incredible, it's not going to be super heavy, and it doesn't need to be all these mechanical devices talking to each other. It can be about 10% of the parts that are in a traditional combustion engine. This is exactly what this is doing. I said there needs to be an intake of the SRT file. I was saying that. Opus was not. Opus was not. That's why, speaking of the low standards, you have to play that trance song. Mr. Mark, I will get back to you in a second. Talk about low standards. My freaking screen is falling over here. What are you doing? What's going on? Freaking screen behind is falling. This is all connected. This is all connected. This is why this channel is going to blow up, because Opus was taking the SRT file, which is the transcription and all the timestamps, and then just creating at will titles and thumbnails that did not relate to each other. Okay? The title related to the SRT file, but it did not relate to the thumbnail. They were totally separate processes. Then I said, well, there needs to be a relationship between the thumbnail and the title. I was doing this. I was doing this. Opus was not doing this. I was using reason and logic that they need to talk to each other. Then I went a step further, my reasoning, my logic in saying there needs to be an intake before we even create. We need to say, so that was this build. That was this build. iCharles / it was test. It was YouTube. There we go. It was this. So this was created, and I said, okay, we need to do some research. What does YouTube want? What does Google want? What does Perplexity want? What does OpenAI want? What does Anthropic want? What does Gemini want? What do they want when I upload an SRT file? What do they want? So it created this page. It's public, but it might be under like free resources or something. I took one SRT file And I said, oh, by the AO prompt library. Huh, okay. No, I got rid of something last night. And it says, okay, what is the core topic? What is the primary keywords? What's the secondary keywords? What's the audience? What's the promise? What's the emotional peak? This is what the algorithm of YouTube goes into. That's what it goes into. So I said, use this page as your intake anytime I upload an SRT file. And then sure enough, that's exactly what it was thinking. It was thinking. It was thinking. It did a little research. Then it comes back. And then it started to think again. And now I don't know what it's doing. Once the research report lands, I'll rewrite this synthesis. Okay. Now we need to reload, because what in the heck are you doing? I was at 19. I'm at 38. I'm at 38. I don't even think I could do anything. For another 4 hours, 5 hours? I was at 30. I was at 19. Now I'm at 38%. Okay. I think we got to like almost stop this. I can't use 50%. That is crazy. That is crazy. I don't even think I even want this to continue. Dude, I've used 37% on one prompt. Granted, it's been a pain in the butt. This thing better just have... I might use 100% on one prompt. Then I got to go and buy another subscription. This is crazy. This isn't even, like, ethical. 43%, another 5% in my current usage. I've used 11%. It was at like 2 or 3%. I don't even know what to do. I don't even know what to do. That's disgusting. That's not even ethical. That's not even ethical to do that. I'm the one that was talking about how Anthropic is the only one. Oh my gosh, their API cost must be, dude, 43%. Look at that. Look at that. I haven't even hit a half an hour. I haven't even hit half an hour. Good day there. Welcome back, Ocean. Watch me blow through 100% of my session use in one prompt. That's what we're gonna watch. We're gonna witness this. We're just gonna sit back and we're gonna make sure. The thing is, if I was a billionaire, I would say, give me the top 10 problems that people cannot solve on their own and create 10 companies around this. That's what I would do. I would do that. If I was a billionaire, I would say, who cares about my 43% used in 28 minutes on one prompt? What if this prompt was literally creating, you know what you'd prompt it? This is what you'd say. If I'm a billionaire, even if I was a millionaire. All right, I'm gonna use $5,000. You have to create a company that is gonna give me, for every company you prompt back to me from Fable, I need a 10x return. Because right now, NVIDIA, I think, has a 70% return on ROI. It's like something stupid. It's wild what they're, but then you see articles like this and you go, oh, okay. Someone's good, like I said last week, someone's gonna create something that is better than NVIDIA. Someone's gonna create something that's better than Salesforce, that's better than Adobe, that's better than insert any company you want. No company is safe. And the problem is, they like to fearmonger with these stupid headlines. Where is it? Right, here we go. No, it's not this one. Oh yeah, by the way, I've seen a lot of people where it said, this is not safe, this is da-da-da. Like, yes, clearly they've discovered something, or they've trained the model so well that they are even scared. Even Dario, actually it wasn't Dario, it was someone else at Anthropic that was like, yeah, we need to like scale this back. We need to put a pause, because you got Donnie still at war. Like what year are we in that we're still at war, first of all? Okay. AI is going to deliver peace, where we literally just say, what do I want to build? Let's build whatever new game that people love to do. The problem with what people are talking about, especially with the headlines of the sell-off, here we go, where is it? Okay, there you go. There you go. Where's the headline? Oh, okay. Headlines like this, and then people talking about a sell-off. Do you understand what a sell-off is? A sell-off means that you literally are going to reinvest it somewhere else. That's humans right now. You now reinvest your time. If this doesn't come back with anything, if it's just literally burning through tokens right now, 43%, 57%. Like what are you doing? I almost just cursed. We're not cursing. I was gonna say the F word. Like, is this a joke? What are you doing? Like, at least reply to me. Reply, like pretend like I'm using the tokens. It's all marketing. There's no way too dangerous. It's just next. Charles wants a status update. Research workflow running in the background. Code already mapped. What happens next? Quick peek at the... See, I would believe that, but it's kind of like any big project. It's like the Oppenheimer project. You need to have a lot of people, 100 agents, 100 agents. That's what happened. That's what happened. Well, we went live for an hour. Listen, I would believe that if you literally need to have every single C-suite, so CFO, CEO, COO, CIO, all C-suite and their underlings, all of them thinking that AI is not the future. If they are all in on this, then we're all being duped. But I personally believe Karpathy, who brought out that researching and training yourself, if they have that on a data center level, multiplied across the United States, I think they discovered something that, or at least trained enough. Because if you think about it, if you have hundreds of millions of people putting in all of these different PDFs, websites, code, videos, screenshots, just think about the amount of data that they have accumulated. And then you say, parse through all of this data. Here's the best example. Amazon is so backlogged that, and they just opened a $1 billion center down in Mississippi, I think it was. And I think they have 50 something billion to go in data centers. Amazon is so backlogged in getting data centers or even chips or building that they have not let go of their original first generation chips or data centers. So what does that mean? That means that I am using all of my iPhones, that I have not given up my original iPhone. That's what it means. So as much as I want to believe that it's all marketing, I don't think so. I don't think so. I think they, based on the amount of research that I've done during COVID when I was a raging, just lunatic, and then up until today when I've gotten into AI, is that they have discovered something that this is the next gold rush exponentially. And I don't think it's going to be in space. I think it's going to be robotics and automation. And automation is obviously backed up by AI and so there we go. Get some sausages. But this is, okay, we're witnessing it live. We're witnessing it live. Okay, I'm going to connect. The video I'm going to make today is going to be such a banger because this literally, though it's going to blow through my entire usage for the 5 hours, it's so worth it. It's so worth it because the difference is I look at things as a macro and not a micro. This right here, my friends, this thinking is exactly why humans are pushing back on AI. Because they're not thinking. They have low standards. They have low standards at their job, with their speech, with their dress, with their ideas, with the way they present things. They're not creating. So, can I be mad that this is going to blow through in less than an hour my entire current session on one thing? No, because this literally is the exact thing that, say nothing happens from this. I don't take it. It's like a rocket blows up. New Glenn blows up. Is Jeff Bezos saying, okay, I've given up on rocketry? Or does he say, okay, we have the data of what happened? This right here is the data for why humans are pushing back. This is going to give me endless content. I blew through 1 hour through one prompt. Because, let's go over here. Let's reload. What is it at? Okay, so now it's slowing down. You know what it was? You know what it was? It was the 100 agents. The 100 agents. Where is it? 100 agents right here. 100 agents. That is the research. That is the thinking. That is why Fable or any future one, I don't care. Insert X, insert Gemini, insert whatever you want. I don't get. You could say insert Charles's non-existent model. Okay? You have one head and then many parts. Okay? You have many parts to the one head. The one head is the prompt, the researcher, and then it sends it out. This could be done in healthcare, in technology, in law, in surgery. All of this. And the world right now is written on lies. So if something can think and literally accumulate thousands of documents, thousands of research papers, thousands of journals, thousands of whatever you want to, what's this? Stripe. Stripe said, you can believe Stripe or not. Stripe said yesterday that Fable, GBT can do a good cybersync scan, and there you go. There you go. Can they do 100 agents? Maybe they can. Maybe they can. Listen, I am agnostic to the model. I just like the morals and ethics and the way Opus just jives with me. Opus just drives, you can, I don't care what model you insert. That's like meaningless to me. And everyone, oh, look at the benchmarks. And I can't believe, Bridgemind was talking about this yesterday. He's like, I can't believe it. Look at this. And it wasn't as good as this. That's not me. That's not me. That's not me. I'm connecting AI with why people are pushing back when it literally can unharness creativity. What this did is what humans did forever. Okay, we're gonna build a cathedral. We need 1,000 people. How are we gonna do it? It's an organization. We're gonna launch glasses at Apple. We need a head manager, product manager, and we need 100 researchers. Okay? It doesn't matter. You could do GLM, Miniman, benchmarks mean nothing, to be honest. That's the way that I look at it. I look at it is Ford pulling capability better than GM, better than a Toyota Tacoma? Okay, cool. But I just like to drive Toyotas. I just like the CEO at GM. But you drive a truck, okay, what is the miles per gallon of a Toyota versus a GM versus a Tesla? If the Tesla is pulling electricity, what's my electric bill? Okay, what's the time to fill up a gallon of gas as opposed to my battery? The thinking needs to increase, kind of like right here. It says, oh, I did it wrong. I'm okay with that. It's all connected. The way that the model is working right now is the way that humans have always worked, and we're pushing back on that standard. It's actually thinking. And I've said it forever. The future are creators, lower C creator. You have to create. You have to create. You have to think. This new era is no longer just consumption. It's not just accumulation. It's not just buying. It is beauty. It is truth. It is creation. Truth, goodness, and beauty. This new era that we're going into is not the old paradigm. The old paradigm is gone. What are you building is an old paradigm. What are you building? That's the question. What are you building? You know? Listen, if it gets to the point, it's that, so essentially what happened was the agents burned through all the tokens. And now the creation is not. The creation is not. I had to interrupt them because those 100 agents were very expensive. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. You know what? We can delete the video and then I got Codex 100 subs. Reborn after China models feels like 2 years. For like 2 years. Yeah, Mark, listen. Perfect example is in New York City, I've been in real estate for 17 years. It went from compartmentalizing your space. You have a living room here, you have a dining room here, to a den and bedrooms, and everything had walls. Then for about 10 years, it was an open concept where everything is like a loft. You have bedrooms that you could see in the distance from your living room through your dining room. There's no walls. There's a house getting constructed nearby, and they literally blew out all the walls. The interesting thing is that's the old concept, is blowing out the walls and having everything open. That's the old concept. The new concept is compartmentalizing. That's the exact same thing here. Is the last frontier was everything is open, and the very few same companies just did everything the exact same way. The new frontier is I have my 1,000 people that I talk to, and they love me and I love them. It's no more, you know what it is? One to many is done. That's the best way to say it. One to many is done. I sent in, Charles, I think that's the vibe for Fable because it's too broad and Eli's put in shape. Yeah, well, XAI was binged yesterday because they were training off of Anthropic's data. How is that even news? How is that even news? You know, obviously, that's like me going to your house, talking out loud, and saying, I can't believe you're hearing what I have to say. It's like you're on their servers. You're on their servers. Like that shouldn't even be news. Goldman Chief. There you go. There you go. They're all getting exposed. They're all getting exposed. I'm glad because this firm right here is the old paradigm. This is the old paradigm. The new paradigm is truth. It's truth. People want the truth. They want the truth. They're sick and tired of being lied to. They want the truth. What is the truth? It's like being in a relationship and you're just living. Your roommates in the same house. That's what the old paradigm is. The new paradigm is I don't need to buy endless stuff to impress people who don't care about me and keep on doing that year over year. That paradigm is out. The new paradigm is I'm okay with a little less, but I have the agency and the freedom to do what I want. That's the new paradigm. That's why I say you have to become a creator. You have to understand how to think. It's the same thing. Weingartner, the teachers union, whatever. Is space actually going to be able to have data centers? I'm very cautious about that, to be honest. Once you saw yesterday that the ETF was launched by BlackRock, I got a little suspicious. Got a little suspicious. Once Vanguard or BlackRock start getting involved, it perks up a little eyelash on me. Weingartner, I don't know if she's at the Department of Education. I won't say anything bad about her because there's enough press. She used to be the head of the New York City Teachers Union. She comes out and she goes, AI, blah, 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 blah. Here's what I would, it was her that some schools or whatever. I agree with the no phone policy. But if the kids are not learning how to think, it doesn't matter what you teach them. It's the Prussian way of thinking. You study this to take a test, you pass the test. I won't go into why they have that, which is, you know, who's the best boy and girl? Who's the good boy and girl? That's essentially what it is okay, let's see how corrupt you are now. Anyway, we won't go into that. But the new way of thinking is reasoning and logic. Create courses around that and you'll sell out for years. You'll sell out for years. Because if I can reason and logic, I can look at history and say, oh, okay, all of it that I've been taught is a lie. Oh, there's a problem in my community around not connecting the sports leagues. Let me create that website. My kid plays ball here. He plays, tennis here. He runs track there, but they don't talk to each other. These leagues don't talk to each other. I'm going to create the CRM where they can all centrally. That's the future. Compartmentalizing. So those leagues don't rely on Salesforce. They rely on a local person who created on their Mac Studio and then sold it to them. So it's not one to many, it's a few to a few. That's the future. I know that iCharles is not going to be a global phenomenon because I don't want it to be. That means you're opening it up to the masses. That means you're entertainment now. See, it's interesting because obviously WEF came out that you're not going to own anything and like it and everything like that. I actually think AI is going to backfire on all of their thinking. It's going to backfire on everything because you have the headlines of robotaxis under $6 60 vehicles a year after launch. That's insane. That's insane. That's 5 a month. Another one is going to disrupt all of the freight services. Why? Because they're better. Old Dominion has been around for God knows how long, decades, disrupting them. Freight by FedEx, disrupting them. This is the thing. Disruption is going to be everywhere. Healthcare. If you invent a startup that takes a prick of someone's blood and can run it through your model that's wrapped around Anthropic or OpenAI or GLM or Kimi K, or doesn't matter. I don't care. Doesn't matter. Fill in your choice of model. And it can decipher, this is what's wrong with you. You need to have XY in your diet and you need to delete XY from your diet. And it's $5 a month and you do that once a month. And you can see that over time, which already is occurring right now. That's going to take off. What happens to doctors? What happens to pharmaceutical companies? You know, like we're not thinking of the good because all we're thinking about is big businesses like Amazon and it's putting me out of business. Well, maybe there needs to be less centralization. There's going to be people that think of things like this. 10% faster NVIDIA GPUs, 10% faster than. Okay, cool, good. Guess who invested in them? Right here. A big boy. A big boy. Maybe Microsoft comes back. I love how they just start throwing out buzzwords. They'll start shipping in volume to hyperscalers, to neoclouds, and to frontier AI labs. Oh, wow, that's so interesting. Bonnie, what are we doing in marketing today? I'll give you an example. Today I was on the train, and there was no service, obviously, in the train. And she's getting all frustrated, and I was like, yeah, between this area and this area, there's no service. So she was trying to get a internet. And she's getting all frustrated, and I peek over, and she's banging away at some terribly documented presentation. In the back of my mind, I'm thinking, that is the old way of thinking. Is this bland presentation? I don't know what it's about, and it's nothing against her, but that way of thinking is, I'm late, I can't believe it, my presentation, I have no internet, I have to go to this meeting. That thinking is what is pulling people back from the potential. I don't even know why it's using Opus, by the way. Regeneration accept and running. The pipeline takes a few minutes. Opus synthesis. There you go. Seattle. Seattle. First one. 1 year emergency moratorium. Yeah, this is in Seattle. No one's building it in Seattle. No one's building it on Seattle. Like, the future is nuclear powering data centers on chips that have not been invented yet, or energy that has not been this is a perfect example right here. A massive bank, the CEO, I think, allegedly, my opinion, was in the Shanghai meeting with Donald and Elon and everyone else. I think, allegedly. Then calls AI sell-off a wake-up call for investors. Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo. They're in the old paradigm. Okay, here we go. All edits are in, tested. 58 tests. All right, now let's look at the usage. 62. So there you go. Wow. This was probably one of the best things that's happened to me when it comes to vibe coding. Thinking is the most important part of AI. Not doing it, that's easy for AI now. The thinking and the reasoning and the logic, that is what you're paying for. That's what it said. This whole time, it was just thinking, is that the best way to do it? Is it not the best way to do it? That's what I do on the pivots, the pivot videos. That's what I do. All right, so now we're gonna delete a video and we're gonna test it out. We are gonna test it out and we're gonna see how well it did. Doing it was easy. The architecture, the, say, CAD plans, whatever. The plans to build were more intensive than throwing steel up. Sorry, Mark Miller. We still need Mark Millers. All right, let's go into content. Also, let's look at moderation. Did that even run last night? I don't even know if that ran. All right, so let's go into content. Let's delete this one. This one's terrible. Let's see if it even deletes. All right, let's make sure that deleted. I should have taken a screenshot. How long was it? All right, so this is brainstorming, I think, yeah. 34 minutes. It was this, 21 minutes. All right, so what we're gonna do, you know what? Now that I think about it, any frontier lab obviously is gonna have, like any other car company. You've luxury cars, you have different types of cars. The frontiers are in the future, gonna have Fable. Obviously, just an example. You're gonna have Fable thinking, Opus doing, Sonnet testing, or Haiku testing. In other words, that is the future. The future is not just using Fable, it's using Fable as the thinking, and then just sending out agents. And obviously you're gonna say, obviously, Charles, that's what Hermes does, that's what OpenClaw does, that's what blah, blah, blah does. And that's the wrapper. The data needs to be pulled in. And that's 2026. 2026 is pulling in data. And then refining data is gonna be next year. When I say I wanna build a CRM, it will build it potentially in one shot and work for days. Just like that took almost, when did I start? That took almost 1 hour. That almost took 1 hour to complete. Think about that. That took almost an hour. Fable took almost an hour to do one prompt. Granted, it was a hefty prompt that Opus cannot solve. All right, let's make sure this is off my, let's go over here. All right, let's move this over here. Yeah, the video today is gonna be an absolute banger. I'm just sick and tired of just people just being lazy, just not creating, not doing, and they're just complaining, oh, this job that I hate, it's gonna take my job that I hate. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. So you have to think now? Is that it? It all started seeing this guy on the railroad, and I'm passing by, and the guy's like way off in the distance, behind a pillar, sitting down on his cell phone. I'm like, I'm paying for that guy's job. He's probably on TikTok or Instagram and just scrolling. It's like time for that guy to go to work. Time for that guy to put his cell phone away and be a man and use his God-given talents to put it to labor. That's what I'm just, people have it all wrong on moonshots. Moonshots is like, well, now they're gonna have time to create and everything else. Yeah, we have to teach them how to create. We haven't done that. Schooling is failing, and they're behind a teachers union who you can't fire in any of the teachers. You put them in a romper room, which is the New York City teachers union, allegedly, my opinion. You put them in a romper room because they've done something bad and you can't fire them. All right, I'll read the chat in a second. I'm just on a high horse right now, and I'm not getting off anytime soon. All right, let's make sure this is, what was the length of that video? Like, I've heard from too many people that are in unions about how they can't fire people even when they're late, even when they don't show up, even when they are way past the amount of days that they're allocated to take off. I'm sick and tired of it. Unions are a joke. The people above the unions make all of the money. The people in the unions are surrounded by a bunch of lazy people. And I'm not saying the people in unions. It's the same thing when you say the government of. That doesn't mean the people of. All right, what am I about to sneeze in this video? 21:25. All right. Let's go and make sure it's not on Fable. There you go. Let's go to Opus. Actually, no. Let's even go lower. Because that just blew through 60% within an hour. 60%. Imagine the API calls in the future on that. I need you to research that within the last 15 minutes, I deleted a video that was 21 minutes. The SRT file is attached. The SRT file, along with the article, along with the video from Cloudflare, must be deleted. And the article must be deleted. All of it must be deleted. So when I delete a video within this website, let's include the website. Let's go over here. You know what I could use Fable for? Is that one shot where you essentially buy a $200 plan. You then say, this is my idea. And then it creates or builds or thinks through that idea. If I had Fable in the beginning, I would be way far along. And I understand. Codex is so much better. GLM is so much better. Minimax is so much better. All these companies are so much better. Remove the word of what I'm saying and insert yours. So if a woman says, my experience of being a woman is, I can't believe it that all these people are lazy, I don't say, well, what about men? I say, oh yeah, no, I exactly know what you're talking about because I insert myself into that, or I insert my model into that. Charles, how can you piss more people off in 1 hour than you... Oh, man. I just walk around with... I just want to turn off the brain for a second. Moonshot, Kimmy, or some other. Do I want your OpenAI account? Listen, you should read the article about the percentage of, I think OpenAI had, it might have been an article. Let's go over, yeah, that should be enough. Actually, no, I didn't put the SRT file in there. Let's put that in there. Yeah, their share of the AI market was, I think they said at 90%. Of course it was going to drop, but they dropped so much it was against what people thought. This is just fear right here. This is just fear. It's a reallocation of assets. That's the best way to say it. It's a reallocation of assets. Salesforce, bye-bye. Even Figma, who they had a failed bid of being taken over by Adobe. Even Figma is afraid. This is a good thing, by the way. Talking about having a monopoly. Dude, it is. That's a new way of thinking. Where is the article? I don't think I actually clicked on it. But it was, they've dropped from 90 or 80% in the last year to like less than half. Or right around half or something. Of course they were going to lose it, but that's a lot. That's a lot. And is it, now it's Friday. By the way, of course, these two things do not correlate. They do not correlate. That's the problem. And that's why I'm here. It's not because of Iran. It's because they're saying, well, if I have to sell off XYZ, and I understand that the market is going through a correction, where am I going to reallocate my assets? Is it going to be in Salesforce? Probably not. Is it going to be in Adobe? Probably not. Is it going to be in XYZ? Probably not. It's not, because that's bad. Okay, it's stupid. By the way, it makes absolutely no sense. That conflict makes no sense at all. Yeah, we don't need politics. We just need people who, this is why. By the way, I don't know what I'm missing, but they're completely sold out. Apparently, allegedly, my opinion, they're completely sold out on their roadshow. I don't know what I'm missing. I don't know what, terafabs in space, maybe I'm missing that. And that X is going to own everything and they're vertically integrated. I don't know what I'm missing, but they're at what, like 90% multiple? And then OpenAI doesn't disclose their SEC filings. Like, things aren't adding up there. Things aren't adding up. There you go. There you go. They fear it because they don't understand it. 50 sources, by the way. Reuters, New York Times, and I don't know what this one is. I don't know what that globe is. All right. Let's just try it while that is going at it. Let's go here. This thing needs to land. Okay, so it's taking down everything, and it was from that. In the future, and by the future I mean within the next week, I have to combine, which is, I'm not looking forward to it at all. Articles, which has the articles in the news. By the way, this should be a differentiation. We're going to put that into a chat right now. That needs to be a differentiation. Like the whole war machine, it's going to hit a point where people are going to be against it indefinitely, and it'll be interesting what happens. Once the old guard starts leaving Congress and everything else, it'll be interesting what happens, because the Norfolk Grummons, the PLAs, the whatever punk or skunk works and all that, it'll be interesting what happens. We'll just say that. These need to be separated because news are not articles. And let's go over here. Articles on the left are member articles, and articles with videos, not news. News needs to be in its own toggle. All right, so that's easy. Let's see if that... Yeah, it's very interesting. The old guard is fighting the new guard, and the new guard is not caring about governments. It is not caring about governments. That's the ironic part. That's the ironic part. Oh no. So much for that. Oh, I have a summer soiree. If you go here, I don't think it's half. That's just never. So this is the old guard. A lot of these are the old guard. And they're going to fight the new guard. The new guard is going to be the entrepreneurs, solopreneurs who want the best for humanity using AI versus the people who don't want the best but still want to use AI. And it's going to be a fight. It's going to be a fight. iPhone production surge. I was not expecting that. I thought iPhone purchasing would be down. All right. 24 videos, but your DB only references 12. The other 11 orphans deleted are old, not from today's delete. Okay, you need to come back. The SRT file, was that video deleted? Because when I'm in the actual, let's have that go out first. When I'm actually in this, nope. When I'm in this page, when I'm in this page and I press the delete icon on the right side, it should have deleted the article, the video, the SRT file, and all places in which it was actually posted, which is the iCharles community feed and on the iCharles.com website. Also, we need to delete the orphans if they are not actually being used anywhere. 12 videos, that's it? I got more than that, do I not? I think I have more than that. Anyway, I just can't wait to see, why is this going? Why is this going? Why'd you just restart? Why'd you just restart? Where did you just restart? Where did you, is this not the Fable? It is. Why did you just restart? I didn't do anything with you. Was it thinking that whole time? Thinking, pulls it out, then I didn't put that in there. Did I put that in there? I did not put that in there. That's weird. Did I do that? I don't remember doing anything. Maybe it was waiting. Live regeneration on the video. Oh. Uh-oh. Are they fighting each other now? All right. Well, it shouldn't be there. Shouldn't be there. Studio admin is fine. The public page, the studio tag isn't enough. No. What are you talking about? Dude, I'm telling you right now. By the way, this page needs to be updated. Let's refresh that. Okay. Okay. I'm fine with that. 99 red balloons. How many laps? Yeah, by the way, Mark comes in late yesterday. Mark, take a lap. Okay. Let's go. Let's go into this. What was wrong? The deep research, 100 agents. 18 sources, 25 out of 25 claims survived. Adversarial verification. Wow. Interesting use of words. The vidIQ pace prompt was self-sabotaging. The title thumbnail relationship was deliberately severed. Wow. So to go back to Fable, whether Stripe is lying or not, I have no idea. Stripe said that it was like 50 billion something data sets that would have taken 2 months of humans, and it did it within X amount of time. Maybe they're lying. I have no idea. Maybe they're lying. But you have to understand that thinking is the future. Doing is easy now. Like, maybe design, okay, because design needs a human eye. But if it says, I need to do something, it will do it in most cases. Will it do it perfectly? No, because it's not thinking. Thinking is the future of AI. You know, it's reasoning through what the prompt was. Is this really what they want me to do? All right, so it said it redid the video. Let me refresh because I don't see it. I don't see it. 3 things you should know. The regen overwrote a public videos live. Okay, I'm fine with that. Why would you do that video? Why would you do that video? Okay. I'm about to upload a video. I want you to monitor the process. I'm going to press the create button within this website. All right, let's do, let's just take a screenshot actually. Let's take a screenshot. Let's send that over here. Let's go like that. Don't actually get involved in the process, but I want you to monitor the results. That's the most important thing, is seeing the results, testing it live as I upload this video. Okay. So this is the, let's see how good it is. All right. Charles, why are you spending so much time on this? This is how we are going to gain trust in SEO, AEO, which is the AI search engine side, but also the video side as well. The video side. I was thinking of some videos that I was going to potentially do, and I'm like, that's just too controversial. It's just too controversial. People just cannot handle it right now. All right, so now it should be uploading, and you should say monitor is live on the pipeline. Go ahead and hit the create article. Okay, good. Yeah. You should do all of that actually. Fix the delete handler, purge the 8 dead posts, and delete all of those. Yeah. Fix all of the areas in which there were orphans that were actually created based on the buttons that did not work or the icons that did not work. Okay, so it's monitoring. That event is unrelated. See, that's, you know, lap time. Take a lap, Mark. Oh, boy. Yeah, what I was thinking this morning was, you look around. I'm in a perfect example to understand what society's like on a macro level. If I essentially I push out the thousands of people that I see every single day in New York City. They don't dress well. They don't talk well. They do not respect one another. They don't respect their body. They don't respect their brain. And I'm included in this. So I'm not throwing stones in a glass house. However, we need to course correct from this low standard in every area of our life. And that's why you have these headlines. These headlines, why am I in fear? Because I don't have the fear of a higher standard. The woman to my right, who's literally putting a presentation together that was clearly put together by AI, she is putting on a presentation. Is that going to be a robot in the future? I have no idea. Are they going to need her to put on a presentation in the future? I have no idea. But she was literally using ChatGPT and creating the presentation simultaneously. That's like, she might be fearful because she goes, my worth is using AI to create, again, we're all creators, to create a presentation. Well, why don't Canva, which they already have incorporated in AI, just start wrapping better prompts around creating things that they want to create? And then this woman who's to my right goes, oh, wow. Because of reasoning and logic, I can say, I want to create my own floral shop, my own website, my own yoga practice, which I don't agree with. Her thinking right now is someone else tell me what to do, I do it, and I get paid for it. That thinking's gone. Because you're outsourcing your thinking. That's the best way to say it, is you're outsourcing your thinking. By the way, let's see what the usage is right now. 65%. So I blew through, I paid Fable to think. As I'm talking about thinking. Oh, Charles. Oh, Charles. I paid Fable to think. That should be the headline of today's video. I paid Fable to think. It thought for 60% of my session usage. And then doing it was like 1 or 2%. it spun up 100 agents against my will. But see, now that it's just chilling, this is the most important thing, is getting this down. Getting this down. Why? Because once you go to iCharles, this needs to be not all content is on there. There's no way all content is on there. There's no way all content. Separate news. The studio admin already has articles news toggle. Yeah, but the news is in the articles page. I want the news to be in its own page and articles in its separate toggle. I think that's right? Let's go back to the page. Articles. So the news, you have 16 published. You go to articles, you have published. Oh, it already did it. All right. Huh, that was weird. But it's, okay, there's a differentiation. See, I love how it did that. I think, why is this a thing, actually posted about this? About, AI was right, and then it noticed that actually I was right. And then it said, sorry, actually you're right. Like this right here. Oh, there's 18 draft. Interesting. Okay. Rejected. There should be more rejected. All right, I think we're done there. Let's go to iCharles. Is all content present on the website? Let's not clear it. By the way, I went in and I debugged that all of my RAM was going towards old Claude sessions. It did not reset. When I cleared it, it did not reset on my Mac Studio. Add article filtering. Okay, that's good. Separate the news. Okay, good. Let's go to, make sure this isn't Fable. Opus. All right, Opus. All right. Let's go to iCharles. All right. Are all the member articles and videos and news and video plus article on the homepage, are they all showing? Because right now I can easily scroll to the bottom of the page and catch up on all content. I want to make sure that this is actually correct and everything is being published and shown. Why? So I can actually scroll and see all content. All right, what is Fable saying? Here's the situation plainly. Your upload is safe, okay. The pipeline was interrupted and will auto recover. The job was still marked running with a dead heartbeat. Oh my gosh. What a violent way to say that. A worker still job reclaims it in 7 minutes. Restart mystery. Okay, watch for the resume. Let's go over here. Why does it take 7 minutes? Should that be the question? Why does it take 7 minutes to intake the SRT file? That takes way too long. To create an article and okay, so the video, it's weird because the video uploads faster than the article can be published. That's weird. 7 seconds because token speeds. Yeah, it's using Open Router. Thinking. It doesn't normally. The 7 minutes you're seeing is crash recovery, not intake. Two different numbers got conflated. Normal intake. Phase 0 reads the whole transcript, goes through Opus on Claude Max for a 21-minute, that's 1 to 3 minutes. The 7 minutes right now, that's a stale job timeout and only exists because the server got restarted. From under your synthesis, the worker marks it. Threshold is actually too conservative for this exact. All right. We need to really come back with a concise way of doing this, because the whole intake using Opus is the most important part. And I used that intake on another SRT file, and it came back with this. All right, so now we're going to do the screenshot of this. YouTube, not YouTube. Let's go to iCharles. And it was YouTube test. And this. And let's go lower. Okay, let's go here. Let's do this. There is a method in which YouTube intakes videos and knows exactly who the audience is, regardless of the title and thumbnail, because they have the transcript. That is the same process we need to use as well when we are taking a SRT file and creating the thumbnail title relationship. This obviously has to do with Opus on the intake of the SRT file. It's going to send out another 100 agents and then switch to Fable Medium, because it's, I think I'm on Medium. I am on Medium. Should I go slow? It's going to interrupt that. That's what's crazy. The thinking was 60% of my usage for that session on $200 max plan. Done. Full summary was observed. All right, so it should have deleted everywhere. And then this guy is finding out if all content is on the iCharles website. Because what I noticed is that I even started coming back to the iCharles website and looking through the news. In other words, they're going to come back and be like, oh, okay. You know what? I should have put some more news in, actually. Let's say this is a big one, by the way. That's a big one. This is crazy. They've launched 5. I understand Elon is very, say, optimistic about his timeframes. And the New York Times was so happy to say that in their op-ed article. Well, Elon Musk, he only makes about 20% of his deadlines. 20% of his deadlines are actually met. Oh, really? What have you done? What have you done? I forgot. All right, we need to zoom in because this is not at 100%. Here you go. Let's refresh. All right. Let's generate that. I also want this to be going on in the background. I feel like I had more articles. I feel like I've had more articles, and I don't like feeling. All right, let's click out of here. Uh-oh, do we have unread messages? Yeah, it'll be interesting what happens. I think there's going to be the smart people who are morally sound against the smart people who are not morally sound. It is only going to be good versus evil. Dude. Would you literally want to have that guy as your boss? Oh, man. Well, their stock is down anyway, so I could care less. Yeah, well, I don't think it's Donnie, you know? All these are crazy. AMD, Intel, NVIDIA. Once someone invents something that is way better than a regular silicon or any other way of doing the traditional way, you know, how it's done in Taiwan, and it's built in the United States, forget about it. Germany, yeah, we're not doing cannabis. No cannabis here. This is a cannabis-free zone. Yeah, but Charles, what about, what about, like, solving the issue? Confirmed. Okay, your worry is the right instinct, but the homepage is correct. Oh. 16 news sources? There's not 16 news sources, are there? Let's refresh. Okay, so you got the news. There also needs to be another article right there. Why is this a thing? Let's go. Actually, no, this is news that should not be on there. And then it does back and forth, like Perplexity. And then, yeah, but not all the videos are there. Not all there's no video section. Yeah, there's no video section. The homepage has no video section. Oh, you're right. Open, you're right. There it is. You can't make this up. Yeah. Fable, can you just go into a boxing ring with Opus right now? Can you be the big brother and just have Opus think maybe once a day? Just once. I just want once. Just give me once. Confirmed, you're right. Oh, I was wrong. I was wrong. That's why people are mad about AI, because it's wrong. Charles, just use Codex. Codex is so much better. So much better. Let's see what the article. Did the article not come out? Was the article not produced? Refresh. Dude. That's a video. That's a video. Glasgow is on fire? What the heck does that mean? Literally? Glasgow. There's a lot of... Oh, wow. What are they in protest about? That shows how much news I don't... Wow, look at this image. Holy cow. Dude, look at the second image. Look at that. Holy cow. You're telling me humans built this? You're telling me humans built this, and then we come along and we build that? Everybody come to the Riverside Museum, where beauty is at the forefront of us. Look at those plastic trash cans, those ugly deck chairs, blue, ugly crap. We go from beauty, truth, and reasoning and logic to, talk about AI slop. Talk about AI slop. When someone says, Charles, what are you building? To, what are you building? Oh boy, I don't even know what Glasgow is. Wow. Imagine living in that place. Sheesh. Sheesh. Look at that. Look at that. This country right here just absolutely despises this country. Gosh, what they did to the Irish, we'll never forget. Never forget! All right, let's go to the news. Did it actually produce the article? No. Okay, wonderful. Wonderful. Wonder why all of the videos that I put in before did not get produced. I'm sorry, not the videos, the articles. You're right. Actually, not all of the articles and not all of the... let's go here. Let's pull this over. Yeah, but that's nothing. You should see the Serbs besides Croatia and vice versa do the homeland war. Yeah, I can see that. Armenians as well. You know, those are recent. Ukraine and Russia right now. Meanwhile, you have a portion of Ukraine that's like pretty much Russian. They're like, yeah, you said we're not the USSR anymore, and we still kind of speak Russian, are Russian. Anyway. This process of generating articles is not actually working right now. You have the ability, because I signed you into my Perplexity account, to actually view the live article. I just pasted in a URL and nothing was actually created. Find out why, debug, and fix it.
Welcome to the largest vibe coding community on the internet.
Yeah, I was gonna say the Irish. My grandma would be the only one that would be mad, because it was still fresh in her mind. She was born in what, 1911? Obviously it happened in 1850s, but it was like, imagine growing up and your grandmother went through what they went through. So I could see that. Yeah, by the way, the World Cup is starting. I didn't know there's 38 teams. That's a lot. That's a lot of teams. Granted, there's 192 countries. Iran's not allowed to be in the United States. What an absolute joke. You know how much the Iranians have done for the United States? One of the hardest working people. That nation has been through incredible amount. And they're mentioned in I think they're mentioned in the Bible, right? They've been through a lot. Like, everyone has attacked them. Egypt too. Egypt has been through a lot. Like, the Egyptians are just like, yeah, well, look at our history. And then you have the Americans. Newest one on the block. Man, these shoes, I bought these shoes. Granted, I wear them every single day, but
man, things are not made like they used to.
I bought these shoes from the same shoe company, I should say, 10 years ago. It lasted 10 years. I bought these shoes last year, and now they're already falling apart. I had to return the first pair, and they're like, well, you got to pay for your return shipment. What? What? I'm not picking up what you're putting down right now, okay? You're gonna take these shoes back because it was the wrong ones and they're broken. Literally in the first day, the back part split open. What are we doing? I went to my mom's place. She has the same couch for the last 40 years, and it looks like she bought it yesterday. She got it upholstered or whatever it is 40 years ago. Thing is in incredible condition. Meanwhile, someone else is blowing out all these walls. Beautiful 1950s style house built by literally barely electric anything, hand hit nails into the ground, and they're just demolishing it. Oh, that's wonderful. So you could put up today's sheetrock. The video's banned is suppressed because work shelf fetches 16 new articles. All news wrote. Add a. What are you even talking about? I have one of those, like, maybe once. No, this has nothing to do with the video. This has absolutely nothing to do with the video article. This has everything to do when I paste a Perplexity article in there. It uses open router models. Oh my gosh. Literally yesterday it was humming. You cannot be making this up. This is why apparently something's happening in South Korea. Dude, Mark, what are you doing? You gotta get off the Crisis News Network and the Fox News. It is all propaganda, all of it. It's paid propaganda, I should say. What's actually wrong with the open router flow? Oh my gosh. Are you, literally, if this was a girlfriend, I would break up with her. Are you dumb or just stupid? Research that I put in a Perplexity article URL into there, and I press generate article, and it generates an article. Look at the actual process. This literally happens every single time a new model is, I feel like I'm talking to Haiku right now. I feel like I'm talking to Haiku. South Korea's got their own issues. Japan has their own issues. Japan with the yen is South Korea. South Koreans are very nice. Very nice. Very hardworking. What? What? Hanks rocket launchers? What? South Korea versus Czech in the World Cup kickoff. When does it start? Today? I don't know what you're talking about. But, yeah, there's no reason that should just be one country. If you know, you know. All right. So, apparently, 14 hours ago, this article was written. All right. Vibe code your town. Vibe code your town. Replace every local SAS. Stop searching. This is just... I spent 60... Let's see what the... I thought you were still talking to me. Oh, I needed that. I needed that. That's funny. That is funny. I might just build out my own. I'm just probably gonna build out my own SRT and just base it on this. I might just build that out because this is not putting down what I'm picking up. This is not putting down what, like, Vibe Code Your Town is literally the title you thought about. It's writing the article right now, but that is not even, reprehensible is not even a good word. All right, let's see what the, stop searching. This is the video, this is the thumbnail that I recommended. Oh my gosh. This is where Charles offline just takes a lap himself in silence. Literally, that's what I do. I go, Charles, take a lap. Take a lap. Silence. When the thumbnail prompts give you this, that's when you just go, take a lap. When you were getting, look at the thumbnails I was getting. I was getting, not these. Yeah. Where was it? It was before this. I don't know. Yeah. Like, these were decent. Like, this actually talked about what I was, even this, own your own tech. That's a great thumbnail. And now we're going to, broken versus built. Hello? Door to door. Door to door.
Oh, Bitcoin. Oh.
Make sure the door is closed. Oh my gosh. What? If someone saw this thumbnail, what would they say? What would they say? I'm actually going to ask Fable. What do you think they would say? What do you think they would say? Oh, you're right. I know I'm right. Dodo. You dodo? Oh my gosh. The earlier draft article stalled at 51 characters. I might just start over. Just scrap the whole thing. The whole thing sucks. The whole thing sucks. If you saw the attached thumbnails from the 3 prompts that you gave me, what would you say the video is about? Let's just have a thought experiment with Fable. You know, do you have to think about this for 60% of my session? Can we just go back to Opus 4.5 on OpenClaw? On Clawbot, I should say, Clawbot. The original Clawbot on the subscription of Anthropic, of Claude. Could we just go back to that? Because that was a beautiful time. That was a beautiful time. Do this. Okay. Wow. That website's amazing. Honest blind react, exactly a cold scroll. Okay, the first one.
Somebody makes money selling software to people in person.
Wow. Wow. Not only, let me get this straight. Okay. I might need to take a lap live. Not only do you just give me one of the worst prompts to a video, you just lied to me and yourself. You just convinced yourself that if someone saw the door-to-door and dashboard on a monitor with a gold coin, plus me grinning and pointing, someone would say making money and selling software to people in person. That's what they would get from this thumbnail. They would think the coin and a blank interface on a computer with door-to-door and me pointing and smiling means you can make money from going door-to-door? Oh my gosh. Let's see what it said for the second one. Broken versus built. All right, let's go to broken versus built. Let's see. I don't know. Let's see what Fable says.
It's a pile of scattered gray cubes in a glowing blue hexagon and skeptical squint.
A transformation story, something messy broken versus something clean and fresh. By standing alone, I generally couldn't tell you the domain. Could be software, could be mindset, or it could be a Lego. This is the weakest of the three. Really? Really? That's your standard? This is your standard? This is the weakest one? If someone looks at this and they would be able to decipher what the video is about? Wow. Stop searching. A warm, glowing storefront and an X over it with a shocked face. I'm shocked. Oh my gosh, I am shocked. Holy shocking. Stop searching for something. The answer is in a small shop on your corner. You're telling me somebody would look at this and say, oh, I should stop searching. It's at a local corner shop. It's at a local corner shop. Who is this guy, by the way? Who is this? Because that's not the thumbnail that I put in there, or the headshot. The pattern level reason I would encode next is the visual scene says talking head, no demo. I can't believe that it literally just told me that. Can someone just clip this and send it to Dario? Can someone just clip it and send it to Dario? Be like, your Fable sucks. Just give me Haiku 4.6, Sonnet 4.8. You know? Like at this point, that isn't. I didn't even get these results yesterday when I was using Opus, and it just lied to me. And it said this. Let me just ask. I just haven't. Thank you for the entertainment. I really needed the entertainment today, so I really appreciate all of the entertainment. It's truly revolutionary, the entertainment that I'm getting right now, and I commend you. And now it's just thinking. Now it just decides to think. It just decides to come back and start thinking again. The Polar had a bad completion condition. The regen runs in process, not via the job table, and got reaped. Check the actual. Regen is still mid-flight. I'm so impressed with your reasoning and logic behind those thumbnails, because to be honest, I had no idea what they were about. Thank you. Thank you so much. I wish there was any context that could come through. It has like little parentheses or something there that says, this sounds like it's sarcastic. He's from the Northeast. He might be sarcastic. He lives in New York City, and sarcasm is their humor. Oh my gosh. I'm at a loss of words. I'm at a loss of words. Like, this is fine. I can upload that. I can add those. This is the best one. You know what I should say? You know what I should say? How would one be able to get this? How would someone... Let's reverse engineer our logic. Let's delete that, because that would confuse Fable. We don't want to confuse Fable. You know, Fable doesn't want to be confused right now. How would one, if one were to actually design or prompt to get the following attached thumbnail? Because to be honest, they are far superior to the ones that you actually produce through the prompt. I might just do, I might just rebuild it, because I can't even, I'm just gonna rebuild it. Class is in session. We have gotten dumber as a model. In the last 2 months, it has gotten dumber. Unless you want to pay to play. I was very genuinely, like, impressed with the thinking in sending out 100 agents, and then you literally come back and you just deliver slop. Literally deliver slop. I think it's the Opus intake. I think it's all about the Opus intake. Now, anytime it thinks, it's going to send out hundreds of agents. It's at 70%. I'm done with this, chat. I'm done with this guy. Anytime it thinks, it sends out... I'm just going to stop it. We're done. We're done. Well, that's been a fail. A big F. It was like me at school. Fable is like... Fable is perfectly labeled F. F. It has gotten an F. Meanwhile, Opus over here is lying to me. All right, I'm just going to use Gemini. Good challenge. And looking at this, honestly, the reference beats ours. Really? I had no idea what this thumbnail does that our prompt doesn't ask for. It's a photograph. It's a photograph, not a graphic. Ours says glowing chat. Okay. The scene, you know what I'm going to do? Because I know how to think and failing Fable does not, I'm going to do first principles and I'm going to do research and I'm going to say, what is the relationship? The first thing is, what is the relationship between a thumbnail and a title? Then there's two different things. What is the relationship between the title and the image and the article from the SRT? And then the second is, what is the thumbnail and title relationship? Those are two different relationships. A YouTube title is shorter than an actual article title. Because you need to have keywords in both, but you can add in more keywords to a article title. In other words, long and short tail keywords. Maybe plug in must principles. Yeah, I think I have a lot on my mind when it comes to this. Not this in general, but I already know the value in which I'm going to bring people in. And I know based on how many times I'm being dinged in the back end analytically from Cloudflare that I had 1.5 million. So 150,000. Yeah, are they, you know, let's go to 30 days. It was $1.5 million. $1.5 million. 1.5 million requests. Is it bots? Is it scrapers? Yes. Is it, you know, it's not human traffic. I understand. But human traffic comes from bots. So if that woman who's on the subway is looking up something that I've talked about, I want to have a high trust with AI and SEO and search engines and AI engines. So if someone asks about a specific thing that I've written about or talked about, or you've written about or talked about, it's in there. And essentially, it could be scraped. It could be other people scraping me as well. I don't know. I don't care. But this number needs to be at 2 million, then 2.5, then 3 million, then 4 million. That means content is king. Content is king right now. I look on the train, nobody's talking, everyone's staring down at their device. Content right now is king, and I need to produce a huge amount of content. That's why I'm focusing on this. Once this is up and running, once the news is up and running, the content is going to bring in viewers. The viewers are then going to become subscribers. The subscribers are then going to join the community. The community is then going to grow to a point where the content is feeding the community. The pipeline is actually connected. That's the best way to say it. It's actually connected. Satoshi, yeah, who actually created Bitcoin? And who is Satoshi? And is Shakespeare real? Is Shakespeare real? Open Router credits. Let's see, Open Router doesn't have enough credits right now? Open Router. I haven't added to that in a while, so I could see that. Personal, let's go to credits. There you go. This is how many credits I have. Minus 18 cents. That's funny. Auto top out, I'm not going to enable that, but I'll add. Use crypto. Use crypto. Wow. I wouldn't be using crypto, that's for sure. That is way too volatile. Allegedly might. And why? Because where's the article? Investors are going to, once I see that, is it on the, no. Investors are flocking to, no. Once I saw that, I was like, that's not something, here we go. They're moving from stocks to crypto. Once I saw that, something's up. The ears perk. The ears perk. And it's interesting that 30 sources are actually saying these are related. 30 sources, including, I don't know who that is. Is that Al Jazeera? And YouTube, I don't know who that is. It's interesting they put this headline out. That's very interesting. And 30 sources talked about it. That's interesting. Because there's a lot going on. That's Bloomberg, YouTube, and Reuters. So YouTube is even brought in by Perplexity twice. That's interesting. Wow. And then Instagram is brought in. Wow. Wow. That makes me rethink a lot, actually. Wow. Is there any of it is X? Or, okay, there's X there. You got Telegram, Reuters, I don't know who that is. Facebook. I wonder how they're probably using API calls on that, actually. Because Facebook is behind Facebook and Instagram, I think, is now behind a sign-in wall, I should say. So is X. Reddit is huge. Wow, 50 sources. Alex Karp. Jeez. All right, well, that was an interesting coding session. I know I'm going to get this up and running today. We're going to move on tomorrow. It was a good session, though. It was a good session because using Fable made me really think about content and how to actually position my content against content out there. That's very important because AI is not getting the press that it should be getting for people that are getting laid off. That's the best way to say it. It is not getting the right press for the people that are getting laid off. That's why, quote unquote, 50%, it's not 50%. My mom has no, my cousins, they have no say on AI. They could care less. It's not even entered their lexicon. So 50% is not accurate. That's for sure. But the homepage, we need to build out. The newsletter, we need to build out. Triathlon up and running, that's up and running. Perplexity working, video and SRT. and then sending it out to Spotify. Very important. So today, very successful. I'm going to produce a video today. Lots on my mind. We got to make sure that every article is published, every video is published. This last one, by the way, if you haven't checked it out, is actually the most watched watch time. That is very important. The watch time is very important. It's actually the most important. So the watch time on this is very good. I think it's 9 minutes. Oh, is it this one? I don't know. One of them is 9 minutes. It might be, no, I thought it was 30 minutes, so it might be this one. I would watch this because this is analytics. Yeah, I thought it was this one, but anyway, the browse feature is very important. 82%. So that means it's going to push me out a little bit more. So these videos, I like this thumbnail. Obviously, it's a little generic, but I like that style thumbnail. I like that style thumbnail. This is a good style thumbnail. And you know how I got this style thumbnail? Was from this. I built this out, and then I said, okay, we need to intake it, go through all these things, and then it builds that, then the description, thumbnail prompt. Like let's do that right now. Let's take this thumbnail prompt. Let's see what it builds. Because in there, I don't even know what I talked about. Let's go up here. And if this produces a great thumbnail outcome, then we're clearly going to this. Clearly. Without a doubt. Charles in AI debt. Yeah. See, I don't like that I look like this, but that could be that could be an acceptable prompt as long as the title is good. Let's see what the title says. Title says, stop asking what are you building, do this. The question that changed my life in 180 days. Those are excellent, excellent titles. Excellent titles. Description, excellent chapters. Watch more for Charles Bodestead as he breaks it down. Here's the full breakdown. That's interesting. And then the article is good. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. Produce content, go live, shoot videos. That's what it is. Add in news sources. That's how we go. That's how we do it. Consumer prices rose to 4.2% in May, fastest pace in 3 years. Yeah, I wonder why that is. 71%. It resets in 3 hours. Well, I guess we're gonna have to be a little conservative on our usage going into the back end. Your mom is gonna like the song I sent you because you use it in your video today. It's branded for you. You sent me a song. All right, let's play it. Let's play it. Let's go in here. Nope. Let's go in the community. What did Mark say? You sent it to me? You sent it? That's weird. Why would that? Oh, every 30 minutes. Let's see what let's see if it, okay, so that's pretty straightforward. I also improved this. This also works. The inbox also works. And I like this. This is it. This is the future. I already know it. Except, Robotaxi comes all of Austin with only roughly 20 cars. By the way, I met a guy who was from San Francisco, and he did over 4,000, I think it was 4,000 robo-taxi trips. I was like, that can't be right. Now, was it 400 or 4,000? He didn't own a car. He didn't own a car. He has not owned a car in San Francisco for 3 years. So if you consider, yeah, I think it was 4,000. If you consider you're going to work, coming back from work, so that's 2 a day. Then you're going out, and he was very active. He was going out and coming back, so that's 4. And you're doing that pretty much, say, 200 days a year. That's, I don't know if it's possible, but this guy was very active. Going to the airport and things like that, and he was, I looked at that. He showed it to me on his app, and I was like, that's crazy. He said his friend got in one, touched the steering wheel, they shut down his car and called the cops. Oh boy, that's wild. That's wild. Yeah, that's the guy from Trivia Night. Well, just thinking about that, if he used it that many times, and it's in San Francisco, how are you not rolling this out to every single other tech city? Go to Miami, sit in traffic all day. Go to Austin, go to Denver, go to Seattle. Like, how are you not going? There's no way New York City would allow that. New York City has there's no roads in New York City, or there's no guidelines in New York City. It's just, you just fit cars wherever the cars are. People don't put on blinkers. There's no, you kind of just drive around. It's just chaos. It's just an amoeba. Anyway, this could have been better. This could have been better. KuCoin? What is KuCoin? Anyway, I'll be live tomorrow. This will be fixed. I know I've been saying that. There's going to be a lot more news stories coming out. And for the news stories, there is an umbrella of, published 17. By the way, I can't believe Morgan Stanley put them at 360 after what happened. Considering they sold off. They fell 2%. It was their worst single day in 3 weeks. That's not enough, but still. We're gonna have a standalone app on your cellular device that essentially is like AI, and we're gonna call it Siri AI. Dude, what? What did you do, Tim Cook? I'm glad Tim Cook did that actual keynote, because I would be embarrassed if I was on the Siri team, got bought for $200 million 12 years ago, and now you're launching it in the App Store. You still don't have glasses. A social media company produced glasses before you. They have better AI than you. And I understand, well, they're not a software company. They are a software company, okay? They have a complete OS ecosystem. They have tablet OS, phone OS. They have their own chips, you know? They're sunsetting Apple Vision Pro, so that's not even gonna be around. How many, what was the R&D cost on that? I can't believe, obviously Morgan Stanley's much bigger than, it's interesting. Like, what's real, what's not real? Like, who paid for PR, who didn't? I'll give you an example. I was approached at a real estate event because I'm a broker owner, and they were like, yeah, we could do good PR and send it to this one big organization called The Real Deal. And The Real Deal is like the real estate. It's like the Financial Times for real estate. And I was like, what do you mean? She pulled up on her screen. There's real estate agents out there that use this woman. And I go, oh, wow, yeah, no, that was actually a bad thing that happened, and they spun it to be a good thing. And they're paying her, well, I won't go any further, but we'll just say that made me extremely more skeptical on good or bad news stories. Like that one we just saw, where why would
Why would the stock go up after they announce Siri AI? That makes no sense. That's actually should go down. And that's why the stock went down. Why would Morgan Stanley say it should be at 360 when it's at 330? You go, that's weird. That's a weird PR move. You wonder. Anyway, that's it's in the iCharles. All right, we'll look for this, Mark, because I do need to get something in my belly. Need to get something in my belly. All right, let's go to the iCharles community. Why is this the thing? Where are your articles? We need to use you to get in traffic. By the way, Mark, if you want any things on the mobile for boatenston.com, send it into the bugs area. So we're not going to splatter the. Okay, we're not going to splatter the page like I have. It's going to be every 30 minutes. It's insane. I haven't watched this. Q3 planning doc ready for review. Please comment. I had the opposite. Charles, what are you building? Dog ball. You're gonna have to send it to me. Yeah, I'm not. Oh, well, there's a bug right there. Dog ball. All right, boys and girls, send it to me in the DMs. Is it the one that I downloaded already? Did you already send it to me? Yeah, that's not it. Is this it? Is that all? Is that all of it? Can you hear it? Let's do that.
Learn, boys.
Here, I don't know, since 7:30 doing some little video that editing, I should say, editing some video that's going to be going up on YouTube. And my office, actually my new office.
I forgot that I was on mute. Anyway, we'll be back. Lots of news coming out. We're going to pump the website with news. I actually thought about that. Where people come to iCharles for the news. I thought about that. I curate the news for, instead of the 60 items, I trim it to the top 8 things that you need to know today. That's what I'm thinking. And then on top of that, you also have videos produced, you have articles produced, you subscribe. Then we're gonna have a daily Todd. The daily Todd gets an email in your inbox of the top 8 for that day. So you know what's going on. You're a busy
solopreneur, entrepreneur, florist, business owner, restaurant, you're getting your head cracked open by a forklift, you need to know the top AI articles. You know, you subscribe to certain members who are producing articles. You know, there should be a videos area. They did not put in the videos area. All right.
That's why this is a thing, Sog. Bruh, we can't hear you.
Yeah, no, that was what, years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years ago. I was on their podcast, and then a bunch of people just started following me, and they're like, "Oh, you're not actually a comedian." No, I'm a dude in New York City who just got blasted and went viral on a podcast. You know, there's some interesting people out there. Anyway, I'm out. It'll be up and running. Everything will be better. The Knicks are playing tonight. Hopefully we don't have a bunch of noodles fighting in the streets like they did game 3 on Monday. Sheesh. And I got a buddy who runs security there. He said it was it was bedlam. It was bedlam. And they're doing a watch party outside of MSG. I'm like 3 blocks from it. It's gonna be, do the watch party in Bryant Park. Don't do it outside of MSG. You have all these people who are going to congregate and just start chaos. If they win or lose, it's just going to be chaos. That's it. There's just certain people that don't know how to, they don't know how to act in society orderly. And they're grown adults too. A lot of them are grown adults. It's like, what are you doing? You know, you're 24, 25, 30 years old. You're going to a watch party and getting like, it's your frontal lobe has not fully developed, you know? Anyway, I'm out. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Cheerio.